Get ready. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Start. Sir, this bill tries to give capital punishment for food offences. My experience of the working of the rationing laws in my state has been that the majority of the people who are arrested and convicted for these offences are poor people who carry small quantities of grains from one place to another for their own living, and these people are put in prison and harassed. I have not yet known of any large number of really big merchants who are really responsible for the black market in these food grains being brought to book. This bill which we are passing and in which the punishment has been raised to 3 years and in which it has also been provided that the carriers by means of which this smuggling takes place should also be forfeited will not achieve the desired result. I very much doubt if many trucks and other big vehicles will be confiscated. What will really happen is that many bullock carts of the Kisans will be confiscated and they will be harassed. That is my practical experience from the interior of the Gorakhpur district where lies the border between UP and Bihar and where I find many people carrying small quantities of grains for feeding their starving families. Therefore, I am at a loss to know what to do, whether to support this bill or not. The purpose is laudable, but I know from experience that it will not stop black market because the source at which the black market begins is not affected by this bill. I would not be exaggerating if I say that if every supply officer in whose area black market is found to exist were held responsible for it and were given deterrent punishment, the black market would stop. But by catching small people and giving them deterrent punishment, I do not think you will be really solving this problem. I would have, in fact, suggested that nobody who is found carrying small amount of grains, say up to 20 kg for consumption should be punished under this new law. That would at least save the people who commit these offences mostly out of ignorance and sometimes out of dire necessity, but the bill will really be used against them in order to show that the number of conviction for food offences are so great which could never be imagined. I really want the government that they will not be stopping the black market by raising the punishment to 3 years. There must be some method by which they can attack the black market at the root by purifying their own control department, which is charged with the duty of enforcing the food laws, and unless they become more honest and deterrent punishments are given to them for dishonesty, I do not think that this bill will be very helpful. Sir, I was the president during the year before last of the Rationing Employees Union in UP. All the rationing employees in UP were members of the union and they had their grievances about pay and other things. From direct knowledge, therefore, I can say that a premium is put on dishonesty in this department. Generally, a corrupt officer wants his subordinates to be corrupt. Honest subordinates find it difficult to carry on and are very often dismissed as incompetent or are victimized on false charges. Dishonest subordinates are seldom caught as they act in collusion with dishonest officers. Even if they are ever dismissed, they have already collected enough to fall back upon. There were cases where people who were dismissed had already earned several thousands and sometimes even lakhs. Unless strong measures are taken that everybody who is enrolled in the supply department will have to give an inventory of all his assets, and if and when he leaves the department and at intervals his assets will be checked to see that he has not made illegal gains, I do not think you can really control the black market. Unless you have a service which is honest, which is really inspired by the ideal of administering these food laws with honesty, you cannot really eradicate the black market. We all know that the problem of food and its conservation is all important. We also know that our national plans could not be implemented because of our having to import 500 crores of rupees worth of food grains from outside. In fact, we have been promised that in 1980 we will not import food grains. The only thing possible, therefore, is that we must become self-sufficient during this period, and for this purpose, more than anything else, there should be scientific rationing all over the country. Things should be so ordered that no food is wasted and nobody is deprived of the required quantity. In our country, the position is such that many members of the House have confessed that they live on food got from the black market.